Okay.
You are listening to the Voice of the Arts, WQED FM. I'm Jim Cunningham. It is a joy to have Joseph Hall, the Executive Director of the Kelly Strayhorn Theater here. Joseph, at last we meet. You're right down the street from WQED, not so far away, but what a strange time we're living in. It's great to see you.
So good to see you too. Thanks for having me on. And yes, indeed, it's a strange time, but one with many opportunities.
Now, tell us about the Sweet Life. You're going to celebrate the namesakes of the theater. This is Gene Kelly and Billy Strayhorn. You're getting together at the end of November. This is the 28th at 7 p.m. And you're bringing together Billy Strayhorn's biographer and the widow of Gene Kelly, Patricia Ward Kelly. They'll be coming back to Pittsburgh, and you're having a great concert. All kinds of good things are going on. Tell me about your event.
Yeah, that's right. So Sweet Life is an annual benefit concert for the Kelly Strayhorn Theater. And traditionally, it has been a celebration of Billy Strayhorn's music and looking at his contribution to jazz. And this year, we've decided to celebrate both of our namesakes within Sweet Life. Looking at Billy Strayhorn and Gene Kelly, both of whom are Pittsburgh natives and have had huge legacies within the entertainment industry, jazz, musical theater, and tap dance. Gene Kelly. So we will start off, and it will all be virtual, but filmed inside of the Kelly Strayhorn Theater. So we'll start off with a discussion with Patricia Ward Kelly, Gene Kelly's wife, and David Haydu, which is the biographer of Billy Strayhorn. We will have KDKA's, Lynn Fries Hayland moderate that discussion between the two of them. And really, they are the experts on those two individuals. And we like to imagine that at some point they were at least Gene Kelly and Billy Strayhorn in the same room, introduced to each other. They were born, Gene Kelly was born in 1912 and Billy Strayhorn was born in 1915. So they were of the same generation, working, in the same industry. So whether they met in Pittsburgh, Hollywood, New York, we don't know, but this is kind of a dreaming of that.
Well, I think it sounds fantastic, and it's a very reasonable ticket. You can participate in the event for as little as $25 and do everything for $150. And you've even got food involved somehow with some of your restaurant partners. How are you going to pull that off?
That's right. Yeah, we actually started this with our virtual fundraiser, which we offered in July. And we had what we called snack boxes. So we are working with two restaurants this time. It's Every Day's a Sunday, which is in Garfield, and Tana Ethiopian Cuisine in East Liberty. We're basically curating snack boxes with them. So audience members can pre-order that in advance from those restaurants, have them delivered or picked up, and they can enjoy those treats with us either during the pre-show discussion, which starts at 6, or during the concert at 7 o'clock. It's been actually really successful in the past, and we're happy to bring it back for this concert.
Will you have any dancing to celebrate Gene Kelly? You'll surely have some Billy Strayhorn favorites.
Yeah, well, we encourage everyone at home to dance with us, definitely. But it is hard to touch the legacy of Gene Kelly's tap dancing. So we did not want to go down a road where we were trying to kind of impersonate him. So we're really focusing on his contributions to jazz, because we know that he had a relationship with jazz when he was in Chicago with his ballet teacher. They would go to jazz clubs there. And also in his performances, he performed some jazz standards as well. So we're really focusing on the music of these two legends.
And tell me about the musicians who will play Strayhorn's music. We've got Poogie Bell involved. He's a great local favorite.
Yeah, so Poogie Bell actually played Sweet Life in 2017, and he recorded that concert. So we're offering that short album, about 5 songs, with the price of a ticket level. So folks will be able to hear, what he offered in 2017, and then we'll also be able to see this offering in 2020. So he's our musical director and great drummer. And we have Abby Gross on sax, Winston Bell on sax, Antonio Crows on keys, and Tony DePalis playing the bass. Our vocalists are Kenny Stockard and Anquinique Wingfield. So we have 2 vocalists this year. We're planning on some duets in there with some of the selections.
They're all amazing. Anquinique's treasure. She is fabulous. What a voice. It's going to be great fun. And how is Orlana involved? Your deputy director, Chief Lieutenant Orlana
Yeah,
Darkins
yeah.
involved too.
Well, Orlana will guide us through the evening. She's really our host, our guide for the evening. So we'll see her in the Kelly Strayhorn Theater when we begin the concert, really helping to guide us through. And we do have a special treat about midway through the concert where we will hear remarks from Patricia Ward Kelly and the Strayhorn family. Every year we've been lucky enough to have a representative from the Strayhorn family, just give us a treat, tell a personal story. And this year they'll be sending in some pre-recorded messages that will be part of the concert.
And have you had a chance to speak with David Haydu or Patricia Kelly about their celebration?
Yes, definitely. They've been, Patricia Ward Kelly in particular has been very instrumental in this year's Sweet Life. So we've been back and forth with communications, and Orlana is communicating with Lynn Hayes Freeland and David Haydu and Patricia Ward Kelly. So all of them are in discussions to prepare before we have our discussion with the audience. So we can make it a really juicy, robust discussion for everyone. We'll be taking questions and answers as well. Interestingly, I worked at Kelly Strayhorn before I began in this role as executive director. I was here actually from 2009 to 2014. And during that time, I had been in communication with David Haydu for something we were organizing then. So it's good to have this kind of reconnection now.
Now, isn't it fun to think of these two walking around East Liberty, the street right in front of your door? It's amazing.
I have been digging more and more into the history of this building, which was originally the Regent. And I found the Pittsburgh Movie Bulletin, something like that. And in 1914, it was announced that this theater would be built with, the greatest technology of its time. It's going to be a fine theater. And I can only imagine that at some point, both of them were in this space. Both of them saw films that would inspire really the trajectory of their lives. Knowing that East Liberty had between 7 to 9, theaters and both movie houses and, performance spaces. Kelly Strayhorn is actually the oldest remaining Nickelodeon in our city. And Pittsburgh had the first Nickelodeon in the world in 1905. So yes, I love to dream about, how they were walking around, in East Liberty, going to the various movie theaters, and perhaps the Regent before it was the Kelly Strayhorn, named in their honor.
It's so wonderful. Wow, Billy Strayhorn. Here is the great collaborator of Duke Ellington. Take the A train. Ellington telling Billy Strayhorn how to get to Harlem. Oh, you see, you take the A train. That's how you get there. And Strayhorn, such an amazing genius from such an early age, writing these deep things like Lush Life when he was really a teenager. It's incredible. The guy had a special amazing mind. And then Gene Kelly, we still see him on Turner Classic Movies. There he's dancing raps, the Gershwin and all of his classic films on seen regularly. These two world famous figures are so powerful for Pittsburgh as part of our history here.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, Billy Strayhorn met Duke Ellington here in Pittsburgh. That really started his relationship with Duke Ellington. And Gene Kelly saw Bill Bojangles Robinson, the great tap dancer at the Lowe's Theater in downtown Pittsburgh. And he really took inspiration from the way that he danced and thought of him as, the perfect tap dancer. and infused a lot of his movement in movies like Singing in the Rain. So Pittsburgh is really, made that connection. This city made that connection for these two, legends that really then transformed the fields that they were in.
Okay, how do I go to this event? I go to your website on the Kelly Strayhorn Theater website. I can find a place, and I can do the entire evening with the VIP reception beginning at 6 o'clock with the biographer of Billy Strayhorn, David Haydu, and Patricia Ward Kelly and
Yeah.
Orlana, and that's 6 to 7. Then the concert and all the other events, and the box lunch and the box appetizers and everything. I can go to your website to get it started, right? I can use my credit card.
Yes, there's a lot in there. There's a lot of offerings in there, and we leave it up to you to decide, what you would like. So you go to kelly-strayhorn.org/sweet life. So that's SUITE life. So kelly-strayhorn.org //sweet life. Or you can just go to kelly-strayhorn.org and you'll see Sweet Life advertised there.
Yeah, it's really very simple to do. I just Googled Kelly Strayhorn Theater, and there it is right on your front page. It came up right
Right.
away. So I got to ask you how it's going. You arrived in March, and we had a pandemic for you a couple days after you got started. So crazy.
Yeah, it's been quite a greeting. Yes. But I think it's really been also an opportunity. We've had really fantastic events and figuring out what virtual programming means alongside all other performing arts organizations in our country and really world. So we've found many opportunities along the way, along with Sweet Life and the exciting things that are happening with this program. We'll also have a program with the Kennedy Center. So we've been asked to represent Pennsylvania. They are choosing organizations from each state. And so Kelly Strayhorn is representing Pennsylvania, and we'll premiere dance work on their series called Art Across America. You can find details of that on our website as well. So, inside of this, this worldwide pandemic, I think we're all learning how to navigate it together.
Now I have to ask. I love your setting, your Zoom setting here. Are you in your office? Are you in your living room? Where are you?
Yeah, this is my living room. No, this is the Kelly Strayhorn Theater lobby. So yes, I am here just working in the lobby. It's a really great setting. The doors are in front of me, so I'm seeing East Liberty live. I'm seeing that while I work. It's been really great to work in this lobby with this incredible backdrop.
And you are a centerpiece, spark plug for a lot of the excitement that's happening in your neighborhood. You've got the restaurant scenes exploding. The Square Cafes moved in from Regent Square, and you are partners with Tana, the Ethiopian restaurant, and you got the Lorelei a couple steps away. And you mentioned Every Day is a Sundays helping out with the appetizers. I noticed on your website you're connected to Casa Brazil and Every Day's a Sunday. Where are those places? I haven't been there yet. I've got to check them out.
Yeah, so Casa Brazil is a Brazilian restaurant that is on Bryant Street in Highland Park. Really phenomenal restaurant. And actually, the owner we saw was featured in the recent town hall that Joe Biden had in Philadelphia. She popped up on screen. He took a question from her. But really phenomenal Brazilian food right in Highland Park. And Every Day is a Sunday. It's been a long time partner of the theater. They are located in Garfield, used to be in East Liberty. They moved a few years ago. And then Tana Ethiopian Restaurant, they're just blocks from us here in East Liberty. They've been a long time partner as well. And through a grant by RK Mellon, we do have a restaurant incentives program called KST Eats. And so we publish specials from those restaurants every other week in our e-blast and on social media. And we're encouraging folks to patronize our local restaurants. They are certainly in need right now, just like the performing arts are too.
All right, Joseph, this is the first of many conversations. I hope you got to be a regular at QED. We want to have you all the time to keep us up to date. You're a neighbor, so you're part of the family, just a few doors away from us, really, less than 2 miles down Fifth Avenue and Penn Avenue. But what's at the top of your list? You mentioned one important agenda item you have going on there, but look, you come here with Pittsburgh experience. You went to New York. You were at the Bronx Academy. You're affiliated with Bill T. Jones, all these exciting people in the world of the arts. What's at the top of your list on your agenda of as soon as we're going to get this pandemic over? I guarantee you it'll end. And then when we come out of it, what's going to be happening at the Kelly Strayhorn?
Yeah, well, I think at the top of my list right now is just really invigorating this virtual programming that we're having to do right now with actually exciting offerings that audience and artists are excited about and looking forward to. It's such a shift for all of us. I regularly say we are producing television right now. This is not, live theater on the stage that we're used to. We are in the position of television producers. But in the future, when we're able to gather again, I just want to welcome folks into this theater again. We folks have said this is such a hub where they can experience folks of various identities, various expressions. The artwork on stage represents such a variety of disciplines and aesthetics. I would love to get back to that and really provide an artistic home for folks.
Joseph Hall, Executive Director of the Kelly Strayhorn Theater, the KST in East Liberty. It is a real honor to speak with you. I want to wish you all the best with this event. Anything else you want folks to know? It's going to be fabulous. It's going to be great fun.
Yes, thank you. It's going to be a lot of fun. Sign up for our e-blast. You will receive the latest in what we are doing, including Sweet Life, the Kennedy Center with their Art Across America, and all the other exciting opportunities that we're a part of these days.
Joseph Hall, stay in touch and all the best to you. Stay well. We'll see you on November 28th virtually with the celebration of the Sweet Life.
We'll see you then. Looking forward to it.